Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about what I eat on a regular week of university. I decided to make this video because this might be helpful for those of you that are also living alone. So I'll be including my lunch and dinner for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. First of all, I want to say that I am not strictly vegan or vegetarian. However, I do eat a lot of meals that happen to be vegan or vegetarian. So of course I'll be including some of those. For the ones that are not, there's always alternatives that can make them vegan. Also, I'll be making 2 soups, so that's what I normally have for dinner with a piece of fruit, for example. And on Friday night, I'll be having my friends over, so it's going to be a more elaborated dinner. But yeah, that's what I normally eat on a week, so I hope you guys enjoy my meals. So for Monday's lunch, I was actually in a bit of a hurry, so I just decided to have a sandwich. I chose a sunflower and pumpkin seed loaf, and then I added some butter and also ham. Of course, you can add whatever you prefer. And then I just decided to also take an apple and a cereal bar. So I started by heating some olive oil in the pan, and then I added the garlic and the onion. I let them cook for a little while, and then I added 1 carrot as well and let it cook for a little while too. Then when the courgette, the potatoes, and the 4 carrots were already cut, I just put them on the pan. I added the water that was already boiled, and then I added some salt as well. When the potatoes were already cooked, I just mixed everything with a hand blender, and then finally I added the spinach. Then I let the soup boil once again. And then I stored everything on the box and I put it on my fridge. So for this meal, I started by putting some couscous on the pan, and then I boiled some water. Once the water was boiled, I just had it on the pan, and you have to be really careful. So the water has to be 1 finger above the couscous. Then for some reason, maybe I was too sleepy, I decided to cook my vegetables on the grill. But basically, I just put them on the grill and then I waited for them to cook. When the couscous and the vegetables were both cooked, I just mixed everything on the pan. Then I kept everything in a box so I could eat during my lunch break, and in my not so well spoken French, I added some croutons and I also added a piece of fruit. Then for Tuesday's dinner, I just heated on the microwave the soup that I had previously done on Monday's night, and then I just added a piece of fruit as well. For Wednesday's lunch, I started by cutting 1 carrot, and then once it was cut, I put some olive oil in the pan. Then I added the garlic, and finally I added the carrot, and I waited for them to cook for a little while. Then finally I added rice, and remember, for each cup of rice, you may add 2 cups of water. Then I preheated my grill pan and I added my meat-free burger. The one that I used was from Corn. They have a lot of options: burgers, chicken nuggets, obviously all meat-free. This is my favorite vegan and vegetarian brand, but you also have other options. I started by heating olive oil, and then I added garlic and 1 onion, and I waited for them to cook for a little while. Then once the the potatoes and the courgette were cut, I just put them on the pan, and once the water was already boiled, I added the water. Then I added some salt, and I waited until the vegetables were all cooked. Once they were done, I just mixed the soup with my hand blender, and then I added the mushrooms, and I boiled the soup again so the mushrooms would be cooked. So for Thursday's lunch, I added some water in the pan and salt as well. And then when the water started to boil, I just split the spaghetti in half and I put it on the pan. Then I mixed and waited until it was cooked. Finally, I added some tomato sauce and I added some vegan mozzarella, and I mixed it all together. Then I preheated my grill pan and I added my meatballs. But of course, you can use meat-free meatballs. This is the option that I found. For dinner, I just used the microwave to heat my mushroom soup, and then I added a piece of fruit, which in this case was an apple. I started by putting some water in my pan and salt as well, and then once it started to boil, I added my fusilli pasta. Then I cut some mushrooms and garlic as well. Then I added some olive oil and then the garlic and the mushrooms, and I waited for them to cook for a little while. And then after I added the vegetables, then I added some vegan soy sauce and I mixed them all together. Then I mixed the vegetables with the pasta, and I decided to add my mozzarella cheese. However, if you want to keep this meal vegan, you can add some alternatives to this vegetarian mozzarella, or you can even not add anything else. I started by heating some olive oil, and then I added the garlic. Then I added 2 cups of rice as I was cooking for 4 people, and then 2 cups of rice, so it means 4 cups of water. Then I added the salt and I mixed everything and waited until the rice was cooked. Then I added more olive oil to another pan and I put some salt, and then I fried the chicken. Once the chicken was fried, I added my tikka masala sauce and I gently cooked it for about 20 minutes. Once it was done, we also used chapati bread, but in other times I've also used naans, for example.